Now look at this. Look at these lines here. These are the perspective lines here. Bam, bam. And these perspective lines here are the ones that are going to help me. Even the 3-point perspective here, because this is a 3-point perspective thing. These are the lines that are going to help me build a cube around this character, so I can design this character in correct perspective. And if you would like to be more, if you like to see this more accurate, imagine I draw these lines here. Imagine I take this line, and this is going to be the center line of the character. I can go here to my vanishing point number 1 or my vanishing point number 2 here, and I can grab this here like this. Bam. And then I can grab this one over here like this. And then I can grab this over here like this. And then I can grab this over here like this, intersecting. I can grab this line here, move it closer, and here to here I have one face of my cube. Here I have one face of my cube. Now what I need to do is to find the other faces of my cube. So here I have another perspective line because I can use and move it here. Bam. And now this is this cube here. See? Bam, 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 bam. Now I can use this point here and connect it here with the vanishing point here. Bam. Boom. Awesome. And then we have this other cube here. Wait, I need another line here. I'm going to use this line here and connect it all the way here to this point. So now we have this cube. Cool. Bam, 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 bam. And I can take all of this, reduce the opacity, group all of this, and then I can draw on top of this, knowing that if I have the body of this character here, the body of this character will follow those perspective lines. This is like physics, dude. I've been crazy about this for the last days. I talked with a friend. We were talking until late hours in a phone call, and we were talking about quantum physics. First time that I hear that shit, and I'm like, what the? He was telling me all this shit and all this craziness, and then I spent all the night looking at TikToks about physics, quantum physics, and the third dimension, the fourth dimension. This is amazing, dude. It's amazing, and it's the same thing here. Imagine this is like here we're seeing everything in 2D in this rig. Everything is 2D here. Everything is 2D. See this flat shape? What we're trying to do here is to grab that shape, deform that shape, so we can create the illusion of 3D. For example, if I have this cube here, like this, this will help me describe this shape in a 3-dimensional, in 3D better than this flat shape that I have here. And these lines here, these vertical lines will follow these lines over here, and these horizontal lines will follow these lines here. See? Bam. And these lines are supposed to follow that line, but because it's bending, I am pushing those straight lines down in that direction. So this is the basic that I need to understand. Where's the perspective of this torso and this pose, but because the style of the character is too flat, I'm going to use this information of the box to create my curve inside of the box. So the body here will have a curve like that. And see where the apex of this curve is? I'm adding the apex of the curve to be here, to push towards where is this turning edge of this body here. And then the next thing that I have to do, sorry, coffee makes me burp, is to grab the deformers and push the deformers towards this direction over there. It's cool. Bam. Okay, cool. and then from here to here around, and from here to here, this is where the neck will be attached. See that? Awesome. And now I know here I have the side plane of the character. Even though I didn't did this on the and then I'm just translating this information here. Even though I didn't do this on the rough pass, I'm adding this right now on this design pass to design beautiful poses. And then here we have the back view. Oops. Here we have the back of the character. Here we have the side plane of the character. I will even push the side view a little bit up so we can see more of the back. No, fuck. Okay. I will have that in mind. I will not get rid of this for a second. A little bit up, 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 up. So we're seeing more of the booty. And I want to add the booty, the cheeks here, of course. Cool. And the legs will be attached here. And I can one line all of these butts with the leg here. Where's my rough pass? I need to see my rough pass a little bit more. Let's go back to my design layer. I'm translating the information of the rough pass now to my rig because my rough pass was out of model. But if I were to be more accurate or work professionally on the scene, I will do the rough pass properly with the proportions of the character. Bam. Now look at this. This vanishing point, one line here towards the tip of the foot or the shoe, and this will give me where this other leg should be here. I can cheat a little bit and make this shoe a bit smaller, so I can have a negative space or a negative shape here. When we're talking about silhouette, it's very useful to think about negative space. So for example, this is a negative space here that have this shape. See? So I'm thinking about that just to create more depth on the character. Bam. Awesome. Now the arm will be here. Stay there, dude. Looks good there. And the only things that I'm going to do different is I'm going to grab these deformers and turn those deformers that way. The same thing for these things on the wrist. But if I don't have deformers on that, because I'm starting to think that I don't, I will just keep it that way. Here, for example, I'm going to use another hand drawing, and I'm designing the shape of that hand drawing to be something like this. And then I'm going to break this shape here for the other fingers. And then I get rid of this grouping thing that I did here, and now I have the fingers there. So that's what I focus on right now here on this rough pass. I focus on designing, so when I go back to the rigs, I don't have to think about designing this. I am like more of a technician, just moving pieces of a character around. But here's where I focus about design. That's better. So everything flows like this, see? Cool. And during the cleanup, if I found, because I have to clean up that hand when adding that hand to the rig, if I want to improve it, I'll improve it later. I'll improve it at that moment, because right now I'm too my eye can only see that. But the moment that I spend more time on other stuff, I go back to the hand, I can improve it. So I don't get lost into wanting to have the perfect hand there right now. Cool. Now look, the head. Time to work on the head. I'm going to do this with another color just to be more clear here, with red. The sphere of the head, the volume of the skull of the head will not change, but I'm going to, by adding the volumes, the surface lines of this skull, I'll figure out how all the features of the face should move around. Center line, eye line. Some stretch here. Moving the ears around for a better silhouette. Center of the head of the hair will be here. And the glasses now will be around here like this. Let me draw the glasses with another color. Cool. I love that detail on the head, like the mouse like that, like oh. Cool. Let's compare this with the rough pass because it's a bit different. It's a bit different. Now I'm seeing some stuff. For example, this leg should be connected over here. This leg should be connected around here. There you go. Also, I see in my rough pass that I'm stretching the hands. That's very important because those little things, believe it or not, will affect. Because if I animate everything like this, I already have a vision of how the rough pass is going to look, how the animation is going to look by having the rough pass. If I do these little changes like the bending of the arms and all of that, believe it or not, it might alter the feeling of the animation in general. So I'm going to try to be more close to that. Same thing here. Now I'm going to bring this leg, I'm going to take out of the idea of the negative space there, just to keep things closer to the rough pass. I don't want these arms to be like that anymore. I want this to be stretching. Cool. Yep, the rest is good. Let me check again the perspective here in the... Yeah, I'll cheat that. Cool. There you go. And now what I can do is pose the character on top of that. Let's go.